Hello. Ready for a Eureka stream today. Hello, Denai. Gonna be trying to finish up Eureka. Finish up the last few quests and unlock Baldesion Arsenal. And also finish my relic weapon, because I only need 30 more crystals. I like this weapon right here. The umbrella for Red Mage. That's great. Alright, Hydatos. Let's go. Hopefully there are some other people around in the zone to make the fate grind go a little faster. Been a while since I've been in here. Alright, let's see. Next quest is over here. How many people we got in the zone today? Nice, we got quite a lot of people. Ooh, nice. The fairy. That's lucky. We're off to a good start today. I'm excited to do this raid once I've got it unlocked. Get that Ozma mount that comes from it. Yeah, 1 hour buff. It's a 1 hour damage buff and a 1 hour XP buff. It's really the only the damage is useful right now because I'm at max level for Eureka. This is it, Jaguar. The path to the tower lies wide open. Within, we are like to encounter both Jaika, I never know how to say that name. Ijika. We are like to encounter both Ijika and Eureka's avatar. They won't allow us to simply walk in and restore the ward, yet that is precisely what we must do. After all of our toils to reach this point, we cannot stop now. Let us go. Whoa. This is cool. Headquarters entrance. Whoa. Wait, am I in Baldesion Arsenal? Look at this place. The cube of power. Eureka. Well, I don't think any of us expected it to be right by the entrance. I know for a fact that it wasn't here before. One can only assume it was moved from its hiding place. Oh perfect, this is what we needed to find. At any rate, this saves us the trouble of a search, so I shan't complain. Now, as much as I would like to restore the ward at once, that restraint will interfere with its effects. Tesseract. Yeah. It was reminding me of something, I couldn't put my finger on it. That's what it reminds me of. Tesseract. It's a safety measure that prevents Eureka from escaping, but by the same token it prevents us from acting against it. I'll wager that Eureka is searching for a way to deactivate the restraint and release Eureka, which means that we must find it first. Grandfather's office adjoins this hall. If there's any information to be had, I dare say it will be there. This place is cool. That's kind of ominous. Just have a demon statue in here. Scattered tomes. Numerous tomes are scattered haphazardly upon the table. None of them appear related to Eureka. On the weapons of Eureka. It is believed that a weapon forged by Eureka takes control of its wielder by usurping his aether. Eventually, naught can be said to remain of the host. Having thus acquired the means to move, the weapon then begins to act autonomously, setting forth to fulfill its purpose, the wish which impelled its creation. To date, we have discovered 5 such arms and sealed them away, but there is no telling how many more exist. For now, we can but continue our investigation. Interesting. 5 weapons. Can I climb this? No. On the origins of Eureka. Despite our best efforts, we are unable to find any literature allowing us to trace Eureka's creation back to a definitive legend. Our brief questioning of its avatar, however, did yield some intriguing details, namely that Eureka, who claims to cast down the wicked, was imprisoned by the one who bears the light, a champion of Hydatos. How these words may be interpreted is a subject for debate, but taken at face value, they are suggestive of Asian involvement. Regardless of the truth, we must do our utmost to safeguard the knowledge of the icon. Alright, let's see what Kyle has to say. Apart from the mess, it's pretty much as it was. You can almost see Grandfather sitting at his desk. If Eureka had been here, he is long gone. What could that boy possibly be up to? Well, never mind him for now. Come, Jaguar. Help me look for information on the restraint. You're telling me this big demon statue is exactly how it was before? people of Baldesion were like, yeah, you know what this place needs? Giant demon statue. That'll make the place feel nice and cozy. Wait, where am I going? It wanted me to look for information. Hidden beneath the pile of tomes, you discover a single sheet of parchment. Galif Baldesion's memo. I, Galuf Baldesion, hereby commit these words to parchment in the event that the unthinkable should come to pass. You who are reading this will by now be aware of the existence of the icon Eureka and its ability to forge dangerous weapons. What you may not know, however, is that said ability is not limited to simply implements of war. Nay, Eureka is capable of creating any and all things. And the implications of this? Imagine, if you will, that he who is Eureka's master commands it to create a new mother crystal. The icon would attempt to do so, we believe, even if it meant draining the land of all its ether. Wait, really? If you asked it to create a new Hydatos, it would try to do that? Dang, this is powerful. Such a reforging of the world would entail a destruction of a scale to rival any calamity. This is the true danger of Eureka. For long years we kept the being's location a closely guarded secret, but in spite of our best efforts, it was eventually discovered by the Asians. Lest Eureka be used to a calamitous end, my comrades and I resorted to drastic measures, having given the order to evacuate. We invoked a powerful magic to drown the entire isle within the life stream. Thence we combined our strength to defeat the Asian known as Emeroloth, consigning her essence to be scattered within that raging torment of aether, never again to reform. And now, we await our own end. Even as I write, the Isle of Val drifts in the life stream. Ere long it will become as one with the flow, as will all that remains within. So that's what happened. It wasn't the Asians that made the Isle of Val disappear. The Asians found the Isle of Val, and then people here cast Eureka into the life stream. However, that these words have survived means that, unlikely though it is, the Isle has somehow re-emerged in the corporeal realm. It means that Eureka remains a grave threat. You who have found my message, to you I make the most urgent of entreaties. Seek out the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and alert them to these events. See that Eureka is sealed away, and guard it from those who would use its power for ill. The fate of the very star depends upon it. Found something, did you? Excellent. So did I. A wealth of information inside an unassuming tome. Grandfather describes the ward as the Founders raised. The contrivances they employed to keep Eureka hidden, and, most pertinently, instructions on deactivating the restraint. He also writes in detail about Eureka's avatar. Contrary to what we first assumed, the entity appears to be more akin to an instrument. It is Eureka's means of manipulating aether, without which the Primal could not forge its weapons. So as long as Eureka itself exists, the instrument can be recreated over and over again, but it will disappear if we sever the etheric connection between them. This we can accomplish by restoring the ward and sealing Eureka away. While it falls short of outright eliminating the primal, it presents an effective way to keep it in check. I wonder, perhaps, Eureka is... Well, all will come to light in due course. That is all for me. Let's hear what you have learned. I bet this Eureka primal is gonna be the final boss of this raid coming up. I see. Yes, I remember. On that fateful day, Grandfather gave the order for immediate evacuation. When I attempted to teleport away, the magic failed owing to an unnatural surge in the life stream, so I turned my steps towards Port Surgate to find a boat. I never got there, of course. I was swallowed up by the life stream. Judging by the state of the headquarters, the others too were pulled into that raging torrent, but there was no divine intercession for them. I had braced for this. From the beginning, I had resigned myself to being the sole survivor, but to now be confronted with the truth. Confound it all! Ah! Right. There'll be time for tears later. We have work to do, and Grandfather would expect us to do it. Come, Jaguar. Let us deactivate the restraint. Is that it right there? This, Jaguar, according to Grandfather's notes, this little thing is the crux of the restraint. Apparently, it shares a history with Eureka. Such details aren't relevant at the moment. Smaller than I thought it would be. What matters is it allows us to release the restraint. Here I go. Oh, that's not the restraint itself, that's what allows you to release the restraint. So that cube is Eureka? Eureka? That did the trick. Let us return to the hall. Is that Eureka, or is that the weapon that Eureka created? I'm not sure. Oh no, you're evil, aren't you? There's the masked guy again. Of course they would choose this moment to appear. Our enemy standeth before us, bearing most light vile. Strike him down, my champion. I was waiting for you to lift the restraint, as I knew you would. I knew he was evil. Chica, please, come to your senses. Wait, no, he's being controlled by the masked mage. Come to my senses? My dear Kryl, I never took leave of them. Come, we settle this now, the task that Master Galuf entrusted to us. Adventurer, the blessing of light shields you from the primal's influence. Take the sword and strike down the Avatar. Wait, no. He isn't evil. I had it all wrong. Thou wouldst betray me, wicked mortal. So that's the avatar of Eureka. So Ajika was fooling everybody. He was pretending to be on Eureka's side, but really he was on our side. He was like a spy, double agent. Hello, KG Bonon. Welcome. Wicked, you say? Yours is the existence that threatens the world, Primal. My conscience is quite clear. Before making wise retorts to the Primal, perhaps you would care to explain, well, everything? What is there to explain? I acquired the weapon needed to defeat Eureka's avatar and set up an ambush. Isn't it obvious? I thought that you'd be able to deduce my plan of winning the enemy's confidence, but it seems I overestimated you. Dang. That's our Ijika. All's well that ends well. Ahem. Aren't we celebrating a little early? Yes, our Ijika, indeed. My apologies. I'll restore the ward at once. No, Kryl. That is not what we need to do. Flashback time. Is this the Sea of Clouds? I'm against sealing it. If possible, to slay Eureka. This is what we must do. Wait, no, this is the Dravanian hinterlands. In the absence of an avatar, its master might command it to forge weapons in the aether it harbors. This is true. And without the means to replenish its aether, it will eventually consume itself. This will not work, my friends. Surely you see the flaw in this method. What? The Master and Icon are one and the same. That our Aether would be Eureka's Aether. Aye, we know this, but we've got a responsibility. As those who unearthed the being, if my life can set things to rights, gladly would I render it up. Yet therein lies the problem. Eureka harbors tremendous aether, far more than the four of us combined. We would all perish long before we succeed. Well, my friends, seems we have no choice at all. Let me guess, you had another vision. How very timely. And now you know what I seek to do. Now wait here. What exactly are you planning to do? How many times must you make me state the obvious? Master Galoof conceived of a way to destroy Eureka, and I mean to carry it out. Out of the question. If the 4 founders together couldn't do this, what makes you think you alone can? Eureka expended vast amounts of Aether to bring the Isle of Val out of the life stream. Even accounting for what it has since recovered, my Aether alone should more than suffice. If that's the case, then I should be the one to do it. It's my solemn responsibility as the sole survivor of the destruction. Protected by your blessing as you are, Eureka will not recognize you as its master. Only I can do this. So I'm guessing he's gonna try to command it to destroy itself. I used the stones to destroy the stones situation. Having read Master Galoof's memo, you should know the danger the Primal poses. You cannot risk it falling into Asian hands again. Destroying it now is the ideal solution. There's nothing ideal about a solution that requires you to sacrifice yourself. Besides, I didn't think a self-centered fellow like you would aspire to martyrdom. Such puerile provocation ill becomes you, Kryl. And no matter what you say, you cannot deny the truth. Sealing Eureka away would only be a temporary measure. Nay, you must destroy it, here and now. Yeah, we've seen what happens in the past when we try to seal away primals. It never works. If Master Galoof believed it possible, he himself would have done the deed. And it is possible now. I've already made my peace. Let me do what must be done. What you seek to do, there's no undoing. It's suicide, plain and simple. And as your comrade, I cannot allow it. With Emerolith vanished, there's no immediate danger. While Eureka is contained, we can search for other ways to deal with it. Your assertions are all too easily refuted, but 'tis plain you have already made up your mind on the matter. The best thing to do here is to defer to a third party. Adventurer, without you, we couldn't have gotten this far. You have as much say as of any of us of how we should proceed. Very well. I trust Jaguar's judgment. Whatever be his decision, I will accept it. There you have it. To defeat Eureka here and now, or to restore the ward and delay the inevitable. Make your choice, adventurer. The story will unfold differently depending on whose approach you choose to support. Whoa, wait. Our decision actually matters to the story here? Once you begin one path, the other will no longer be available to you. Please note, however, that your choice will not affect the rewards and challenges to come. I didn't expect this. As Master Galoof had intended, we destroy Eureka once and for all, is the only true solution. You of all people should understand the danger the Primal poses. You know what must be done. I'm prepared for the cost. You needn't burden your conscience over it. Should you give your support to Ichika's approach, Kryl's path will no longer be available to you. And let's see what Kryl has to say. Admittedly, sealing Eureka away does not end it. We shouldn't rush our decision, as Eureka seems to believe we must. Once the ward is operational again, we'll have ample time to consider the best course of action. Surely you agree with me. Pick one Lala. Yeah, we have to choose a Lalafell. I kind of agree with Eureka here. Like, we need to destroy this thing, because imprisoning it is not gonna fix the problem. But at the same time, I get where Kryl is coming from, in that there's no rush. We could dwell on this a little bit more. But, like, what if an Ascian finds this place? I feel like we kind of need to not delay in destroying this. But at the same time, I don't want to kill Eureka if we can save him. Oh no. I wasn't prepared to make an actual decision in this game. Vote Kryl. So conflicted because I want to save Eureka, but I'm worried if we delay the destruction of this thing that something else is going to happen that could be possibly more dangerous. I feel like if I do pick Eureka's plan, I'll just always be wondering what if I picked Kryl instead to try to save him. So I think we have to go with Kryl. Because I feel like it's what the Warrior of Light would do to try to save everyone. We can wait a little more time. Let's go with Kryl. Thank you, Jaguar. I knew we would be on the same page. So Eureka, that is 2 against 1 in favor of restoring the ward. Lost your nerve, have you? I would try to impress upon you the danger of this course, but I'd only be wasting my breath. If it's to be the ward, then so be it. I will cooperate with you. Be thankful. I'm thankful. Truly I am. If you were to lend us your keen mind, I'm confident we will find a solution. Also, Kryl has been a part of the Isle of Val for... She's an important scholar, right? So I feel like we should trust her judgment here. Without further ado then, I will reactivate the ward. Please be the right decision. Please nothing bad happen now that we do this. Wait, what? What was that? Okay, I guess that was just the ward fully activating. It is done. Eureka lies sealed again. I was about to say, if it just broke the ward and I just stressed out over that decision and it just broke the ward anyways, I was gonna be mad. It is done. Eureka lies sealed again. I would sooner see it destroyed, as you know, but at least it's a step in the right direction. What next? Yeah, we still need to deal with this as quickly as possible. Do whatever we can to find a solution. We have much and more to discuss. Shall we return to camp for the time being? We will go on ahead. See you anon, Jaguar. And it's done. Whatever happens, I'm gonna have to look up the other side of the quest line after I finish this and see what would have happened the other way too. So I'm gonna be curious. Oh wait, there's this one up. One that drops the special item. Let's go and do that first if we can. Yeah, this is the one that drops the special crystalline scales. Which I already have enough for this relic weapon, but I may as well collect some more while it's up. In case I decide to do more relic weapons in the future. since I've done this fight. I forgot some of the mechanics. Oh yeah, this part. To dodge the charges. Japanese server, we just type hand raise and people invite us. We need to make a macro for that Japanese script. Nice. Oh, dang. Decision not stand behind or in front of the boss in case he does it again. Oh well, he's dead anyways. Nice. Okay, let's head to this crystal over here. Head back to base. Ah, there you are. I received a word short while ago, but both Rowena and Hancock has come to observe our efforts. Spare ourselves a bit of repetition. Let us wait to have our discussion in their presence. Sweet, we got company. The troubles of this isle are our responsibility, Kryle's and mine. We shouldn't depend on an outsider such as you to solve them. Yet I would be lying if I said that we weren't glad for your assistance. For all of your labors on our behalf, I give you my thanks. Allow me to thank you as well. Without you to blaze a trail for us, we couldn't have possibly arrived at a solution. My friends, I'm heartened to see you hale and whole. By this time, may I assume that business is indeed concluded here? We've read the report. Tell us what happened after. Thus did we succeed in restoring the ward and sealing away Eureka within the tower. Oh my, it appears the expedition proved to be rather more perilous than we first reckoned, but you were evidently the best people for the task. So you took care of your own business. Good for you. But what I really want to know is whether the house stands to gain. Oh? I was under the impression that you've already gained quite considerably through Geralt's weapons and contrivances. Not to say that our own company isn't interested in profit. Might we discuss the matter of our access to Eureka? Begging your pardons, the Isle of Val. This indeed being the Isle of Val, we assert claim over it in the name of the students of Baldesion. Let us negotiate a deal. A deal? We will lease to you a tract of land upon which you may establish a port and carry out your activities. In return, we ask that your two concerns provide support to the scholars we will summon here. Though we have succeeded in sealing away Eureka, much remains to be done. For one, we intend to find a way to destroy the Primal outright. Given the distance from the Sharlayan motherland, however, it's a challenge to procure provisions. Thus, we would turn to you in order to continue our work. You've got yourself a deal. There's still profit to be milked out of this isle, and more residents the merrier. You'll need to draw up the details of the agreement, of course, but I see no reason why we would reject your proposal. Cool, so we're turning this into a port. From here on, I shall speak for the students. You and Cryo will be leaving the isle. What are you saying, Ijika? I'm saying that I will tend to the affairs on Val henceforth. Blessed with your powers as you are needed elsewhere. Wait, but I wanted to help destroy Eureka. Ijika has matters well in hand. As he says, we have our duties as scions, so let us be on our way. Of course, dealing with the primal threat is part of our stated mission. We will continue searching for a permanent way to defeat Eureka. Take good care of this place, alright? That goes without saying. What you thinking, Ijika? Might be planning to go in there and try to destroy it himself. Eureka complete! Yay! Making the most of Hydatos. Cool. There's another fade up. Let's go do that. Wait, that was the wrong one. I wanted to go to the dormitory. Got 10 crystals from that other fate we did, so we just need 20 more, and then the relic weapon is complete. There's another blue quest that just popped up over here. Bet that's unlocking the raid. Burns, cleanse those off. Whoops. Dang it. Keep getting hit by the orbs that spawn. Run! Nice. Cool. Got 7 crystals from that. 13 more. Probably like 2 more fates left, and then we'll have our relic weapon. Very exciting. Possibly 3 more fates. Sometimes the fates in Hydatos can be a little stingy with the crystals. Hopefully only 2 more. Master Jaguar, precisely the adventure I wished to see. There's a matter I would discuss with you. In the course of his investigations, Master Eureka made an unsettling discovery. When the Founders unearthed Eureka, it had by then forged a fearsome arsenal of weapons. The Founders made it their mission to locate these arms, which they sealed away in the headquarters' upper level, a place dubbed the Baldesion Arsenal. For years, the weapons lay dormant, but the recent disturbances on the Isle may have caused them to awaken, to become sentient. If left unchecked, it is only a matter of time before they take hapless wielders as their vessels, thereby giving rise to new primals. In order to prevent such an outcome, we mean to dispatch a party to destroy the weapons. Now, according to Master Eureka's report, an arcane ward prevents access to the Baldesion Arsenal. However, by exploiting an anomaly in the lifestream which occurs under certain weather conditions, it is possible to teleport inside. And here is where you come in. We need you to undertake forays to destroy Eureka's weapons. Having accomplished all that you have on the Isle, we believe you best suited for this mission. So the raid's going to be about destroying the weapons, then I bet each weapon is going to be a boss. Warning. The Baldesion Arsenal is an unimaginably punishing duty. Even the entry conditions alone will not be easily fulfilled. An emerging triumph will require teamwork, tenacity, time, knowledge, courage, strength, and least of all, luck. Have you read and understood the warning? Oh no. I'm so cooked. I have to sign an agreement to enter. Do you acknowledge the extreme difficulty of the Baldesion Arsenal? I am cooked. You now have access to the Baldesion Arsenal in red text, as if the freaking waiver I had to sign wasn't enough. Details such as entry conditions and the unique challenges which can be had by speaking Details such as entry conditions and the unique challenges within can be had by speaking with the expedition scholar. It is recommended that you first gain a full understanding of what awaits before venturing forth. Alright, let me ask. The objective. As mentioned prior, the weapons created by Eureka are believed to have awakened in the upper level of the students' headquarters, a place dubbed the Baldesion Arsenal. Your objective is to venture in and destroy them all before they can pose a threat. Wait, what was that? Umbral turbulence is destabilizing the flow of aether in Hydatos. Accessible only by special means, the Baldesion Arsenal is an open dungeon that can be occupied by up to 56 players. That's crazy. The dungeon is rife with fearsome foes, deadly traps. It is recommended that you cooperate with other participants if you wish to stand a chance of success. Oh, Fate's Bond. Oh yeah, this is the one that gives you access to the raid. I've seen people talking about it in the Eureka shout chat before. But it also gives a bunch of crystals, so let's go and do that. Definitely not going to be going into the raid tonight, but I do need those crystals. First one here. I don't see anybody else. Oh, there's everybody. Waiting to do Shadowbringers with me in Oceanic server. Nice. It's gonna be a bit before I start Shadowbringers. Still gotta do the final quests of Stormblood. Oh no. Get out. Oh, someone died. Let's try and res them. Yeah, I'm really excited for Shadowbringers. It's gonna be so great to get to a new expansion. That's the electric attack that can kill you. I've died to that before. Definitely want to stay away from people with the red arrows above their head. There's the pole again. Get out. Oh wait, there's a safe zone in the middle. I never noticed that before. Nice, another 10 crystals. We are 3 away, chat. 3 away from the relic weapon. It's donut. Yeah, I didn't realize that before. I thought it was just a getaway. I didn't realize there was a safe zone in the middle. Didn't realize it was a donut shape. Alright, looks like they're prepping the one over here. So I will help them out. one more should be all we need to get the last crystals. Nice. This music. This is a great song. Cast Protect on people. Nice. Now I can go get my weapon. Whoa. I guess those are all the Baldesion Arsenal portals. Alright, who do we talk to? Geralt? Ah, there he is. What have you got for me this time? Yep, looks like we're all set. Give it here and I'll get to work. Right then, sit tight and I'll get started. Nice. Ha! These hands have birthed forth a bleeding masterpiece. Your weapon, she's finally complete. Let's go. Stormblood Relic weapon. I give you Alberio Eureka. Amazing, ain't she? Fit for a bleeding god. But then again, I'm a god amongst weaponsmiths. No kidding. He's crafted so many weapons for me at this point. Master Geralt, a letter arrived for you with the latest shipment. It's from Mistress Rowena. From that harpy? The hells could this be about? Are me eyes playing tricks? Says here all me debts have been repaid in full. Wait, really? He's out of debt? You finally did it. Congratulations. At long last, a free man. Ah, it makes my head spin just imagining the possibilities. There's a piece of paper stuck behind. An invoice to the tune-up. What in the actual swivin' hells? This is as much as the debt I just settled. By the 12, what could you have possibly purchased? Grog. Plain old grog. I had spare time on my hands, so I asked for a crate to be sent over. Might be as this island's remote, but 100-fold markup on the market price? This is a goddamned joke. Appears we won't be leaving the island anytime soon. Well, that's a lesson. Don't order a shipment of grog to a remote island. Well, back to the grind with us. Aye, that means you too, lad. I need you to keep bringing me materials. Now, we were talking about your weapon. As I said, she's complete. Ain't nothing more I can do for her. All that's left is for you to wield her like she's meant to be wielded. If you understand this, what are you waiting for? Get back out there and raise hells. You can now imbue your completed Eureka weapon with an additional properties at the Needworks station, found in Forbidden Land, Eureka Pyros. Cool. Well, that was a great stream. Got Baldesion Arsenal unlocked, and we got the relic weapon. And you know what? A fate just spawns. Let's go ahead and do that before we end stream. Might as well. Might as well get some more crystals while there's a fate here. Go ahead and get some more crystals for when I decide to work on another relic weapon in the future. Anyways, yeah, this has been a very productive stream. Very happy with the progress. Really looking forward to Shadowbringers. Almost done with Stormblood now. We've got Baldesion Arsenal, we've got a few more quests in the MSQ, and I think that's pretty much it. I'd like to do a full run of the Deep Dungeon too, try to make it to the end. But I probably won't do that before continuing the Shadowbringers. I'll probably leave that for another time. Seafood. Calamari. Get out of here, floating krakens. no, people are getting captured in bubbles. Cool. 5 more crystals added to the pile. Awesome. Well, I'm gonna end stream there. Thanks for joining me, guys. Very exciting stream today. Very happy with the progress I've made. Alright. This upcoming week, I did the job quests for Dark Knight. I started the Dark Knight questline, so I'll be uploading a video on that later this week. And might try and do some A Realm Reborn extremes during the week. So I really wanna try out some extremes. I've already done 2, but it was like a while ago. Did Ultima Weapon and Shiva. I'd like to do some more extremes. So yeah, I'll probably do that. I will upload the Dark Knight stream, or Dark Knight video, and then the week after all the holidays and everything is when I'll be finishing up the MSQ quests and doing Baldesion Arsenal. And then after that it'll be Shadowbringers time. Very exciting. Best job quest in the game. Yeah, it's very good so far. Done up to level 50, which is what the video will be on, and then there'll be more videos on that in the future. I'm gonna try and stream at least once a week from here on out to make sure progress is going. At least once a week. I'll do more if I can. So, hope to see you around. Anyways, thanks for joining the stream today. Appreciated you being around. And hope to see you again in the future. Alright. Take care, everyone. I'll see you later.